Hey, casual crypto investor family. It is the casual crypto investor, and I'm back with another video. Hope everyone has been doing well. A lot of things happening in the crypto space. I think this is one of the renaissance times of crypto. I know it doesn't necessarily feel like it in terms of price point and, price action and all that kind of stuff, and, and even our wallets, right? But I think it's going to be one of those times that we look back, sort of a la, I was too young for the dot. I was around, but I barely, I remember a lot of the dot coms and pets.com and the dot com craze, right? I somewhat remember that era, and obviously I was too young and wasn't as knowledgeable as I am today about trends and all that kind of stuff. But basically, I think when we look back, this is going to be our .com era, right? This is going to be one of the eras that we look back and said, "Wow, I was there. I was investing. I was engaged. I was, interested in this time." And also, too, as well, I think when we look back and we reach our potential, financial goals, even though it doesn't feel like it at the time right now, I think we're going to look back and it's like, man, this was a great time because a lot of things are happening in the crypto space, more so positive than ever, right? We got stablecoin legislation. We have, many of the lawsuits against various crypto organizations have been dropped or in the process of being dropped. We have a government that and other governments, here domestically and internationally that want to work with crypto and incorporate crypto. So I'm excited for the future. I think it's still a great time, even though, we're not at the price points that we like to see. But I think one of those particular crypto projects that is another sleeping giant that sometimes gets overlooked is Stellar Lumens. A lot of times it's referred to as XRP's little brother, but I think that they're another crypto play that you might want to either be mindful of. And so hopefully you'll enjoy the content I'm going to be sharing with you in regards to some of the moves that Stellar is looking to make. I got an article for you guys. If you want to stay plugged in, you want to stay locked in, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so that way you can, not only know what's going on in the crypto space, but what's going on with the casual crypto investor community. All right, so let's just take a look at the overall crypto market. We're currently up, which is actually great to see. Right now, currently, when I checked, last time I checked the stock market, we were down almost close to 600 points. And so, this is going back to the whole, tariff craze, and inflation is back on the table again. It's just so many things that are happening right now, from a economic space. But I'm glad to see that crypto is kind of somewhat decoupling from, the stock market, which is great to see. It's its own market, right? So, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is actually up 3% or close to 3.5% over the past 7 days, but it is down on the 1 hour and 24 hour. XRP is also down on the 1 hour, but it is up almost 4% on the 7 day, which is great to see. And as we mosey on down, let's take a look at Stellar Lumens, right? Again, Stellar Lumens is currently up almost one or a little bit over 1.5%, but it is up across the board. And I think, Stellar, yeah, it's at 23 cents, but I honestly think that, Stellar could be another great opportunity to get in low and then hopefully it can reach some high levels. And if we look at what Stellar was during the, scroll down too far there. When we look at what Stellar price was, let's look over the course of the year. So it got up to 56 cents. Okay. So right now it's sitting at 23 cents. So, but it is still year to date, it's up 124%, which is crazy. Okay. And, I definitely think we can get back to these levels at some point. And I definitely think they could get back to these levels, especially with some of the initiatives that Stellar is looking to do. All right. And I'm going to share that with you in a second. Okay. So make sure also too, as well, quick shameless plug, follow me on X. I post a lot on there. Sometimes it's easier for me to tweet than it is for me to make a video. So again, if you want to stay locked in, make sure you give me a follow over on X. Okay, so let's get into this article. So it says Stellar sees 3 billion of real world assets coming on chain in 2025, which would be huge for Stellar Lumens. We've already saw one of the moves that XRP did with Hidden Roads. I think they bought it for what was it, was it 1 billion or yeah, I think it was 1 billion, 1.2 something $billion if I'm not mistaken. And I think Stellar is kind of that next one that can easily develop more and more partnerships, and also too as well, not just from those partnerships, but be another player in this space. Okay, so what we know, so it says that Stellar Development Foundation is aiming for a 10x increase in the value of real world assets held on chain compared to last year, which is great to see, as well as existing partnerships with Franklin Templeton and Wisdom Tree. Stellar is working with Paxos, Ondo Finance, which is another one, Etherfuse, as well as SG Forge. Stellar, a super fast and low fee public blockchain, says it's planned to hold $3 billion in real world assets value and power $110 billion in real world assets volume by the end of 2025, which is absolutely incredible if they can pull this off. The goal set by the Stellar Development Foundation, a nonprofit that supports the development and growth of the Stellar network, is building on an existing partnership with likes of Franklin Templeton and Wisdom Tree. All right. And so when we go to the Stellar website and we look at some of the partners, so they're already partnered, as I mentioned, with Franklin Templeton, Circle USDC, which is a lot of people that they hold on. They hold their money in those USDC stablecoin, and as well as MoneyGram. And then they have a list of other partnerships that they have obviously partnered with, and just from payment organizations to DeFi, to just other various organizations that specialize in different technology. So, they have a lot of different partnerships. I'm not familiar with all these companies, but there's a lot on here, and you can more than free to, check out their Stellar website, go to their website and take a look. But I mean, easily over 100 or so, maybe 200 organizations that they partner with. Okay. Moving on, here it says that in addition, Stellar is welcoming a new round of tokenization specialists such as Paxos, Ondo, Etherfuse, SG Forge, the blockchain innovation division of French bank Societe Generale, I guess is how you pronounce it. We also have a goal of powering $3 billion in real world assets value on Stellar in 2025. Lauren Thornbornson, I guess that's how you pronounce her name, VP and Chief of Staff of Stellar Development Foundation, said in an interview that would be more than a 10x increase from the 290 million in real world assets we had on the Stellar in Stellar at the end of 2024. But already we see a lot of growth happening on the network just in the first quarter of this year. Okay. And a lot of that has to do with obviously crypto regulations, a more crypto friendly government, just a more crypto friendly world in general, right? Now we see multiple countries finding ways to integrate crypto, getting involved in crypto. Moving on here, it says that tokenizing a range of existing financial assets has become all the rage amongst traditional finance firms over the past year or so, with major companies including BlackRock entering the space. And obviously Larry Fink has already come out and said that he basically wants to tokenize everything: stocks, real estate, insurance, cars, houses, everything. I mean, buildings. I mean, you probably maybe even tickets to, season tickets to your favorite sports team that could be even tokenized, right? And so, I think there's a lot of things happening in the space, and you need to be mindful of what's happening, and also to as well know that Stellar could be a potential player in this space. So guys, let me know what your comments are and your thoughts are, in regards to Stellar. Love to hear you talk about what you think about this. I like Stellar. I've been adding to my position with Stellar for a while. Obviously I'm trying to still accumulate more, because I definitely think in the long term, Stellar is going to be one of those players. It's not really talked about a lot. But as you saw here, Stellar is currently a top 15 token. Okay. So, and if I'm not mistaken, it is ISO compliant too as well. So that's another thing to keep in mind. So, guys, I think Stellar is definitely one of those sleeping giants, as well as like the H bars too as well. I think that's another one. And so, yeah, I'm investing in Stellar. I'm definitely bullish on it. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you like this type of content, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.